Hello everybody. Today we're going to build on what we've been working on this week, and we're going to multiply with the area model. So you should have all received last week some blocks that look like this. And first I want to start with a serious warning. If you have a baby at home, they should not go near these blocks because they could choke. It could go down their throat. So make sure that you always use these blocks on top of a table and put them all away in a bag when you are finished. That way we can make sure that there's no accidents with any babies. Okay, so the blocks are ones, tenths, and hundredths. And as you remember, you have to look at the decimal point to see where to write the number. This is the ones place, this is the tenths place, this is the hundredths place, just like we have been learning. So we're going to do an example problem now, and then you're going to try some similar problems for your homework. So grab a piece of paper, get your blocks. Now I did make one mistake. I didn't get myself any blocks when I got blocks for you all, so I still have to use the annoying computer blocks. So the first problem we're going to try is 2.7 times 3.3. So I write it on top of my paper. Then I get 2 whole blocks and 7 tenths, and I put them on my paper. So this is 2 wholes and 7 tenths. Now going this way, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 blocks and 3 tenths. So if I measure this side, it's 3 wholes and 3 tenths. You'll notice that this block is used for both sides, right? Because this is the top number and this is the left number. So it's 2.7 times 3.3. I write 2.7 on top and 3.3 on the side because I have 1, 2, 3, and 3 tenths blocks here, 1, 2 wholes, and 7 tenths blocks here. Next, I smush the blocks together so they are all touching. Now I need to finish my rectangle. So we're imagining we're going to make one full rectangle. So I grab some more blocks. I use some wholes and some tenths, and you'll see I have a little space here where I'm going to need to use some hundredths. Make sure that all your blocks are pushed together and touching so you don't have any gaps. So now my rectangle measures 2.7 on the top, it measures 2.7 on the bottom, and it measures 3.3 on this side, and 3.3 on this side. Now I can see what is my total, how many blocks are in this area. Because as many of you figured out this week, we're basically finding the area. To do this, I might have to remember that 10 tenths is equal to 1 whole. 10 hundredths is equal to 1 tenth. So you can trade out some blocks for a different larger block to help you count. So I'll do this part first. I know that it's 2 times 3, so that's 6 whole blocks. Then I'll do this part. It's 3 tenths times 2, that's 6 tenths. I'll do this part, that's 3 times 7 tenths. And I know that that's 21 tenths, so that's 2 wholes and 1 tenth. There are 21 tenths in here. So you can see that I put some tenths together to make a bigger block. And my total is 2.1. So for this last one, you can see it's 7 tenths long and 3 tenths wide. So 7 tenths times 3 tenths is 21 hundredths because I count 21 hundredths blocks in here. Now I just add up the different parts that I figured out, and I see that in total, I have 8 whole blocks, 9 tenths, and an extra 100th. So my answer would be 8.91. So it's pretty easy. You're basically just doing area exactly like we learned last year, but now there are some decimals in our area as well. So like I said, keep these blocks away from your baby siblings, grab a piece of paper, and let's get started. For each problem, you're going to click on Insert, Image, and then take a photo with your camera. So you can hold your computer over where you put the blocks so that we can see how you put the blocks. Make sure you also show your work in writing, either on the page or by typing, so that we can see what your answer was. Okay, let's get started.